Hi, I'm Jale. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collection live reading for today. I hope you're all doing very well. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the 2 people that are already here. Hope you had a wonderful Lions Gate. Hope you had a good weekend. Okay, so we're just going to wait for a few more people to come by. I'm going to close off my internet because we all know that slows things down. How was everyone's Lions Gate? Anything interesting, exciting happen? Hope you all enjoyed the ladies' night. And for those who didn't make the ladies' night, or you're masculine, I'm probably going to be doing a few more hours on Twitch for those who aren't ladies, just to kind of make it fair. So let's jump in. Let's see. Now it's interesting because the energy is a little bit interesting the last few hours. I don't know if anyone's felt like very lethargic for maybe a few hours or so on and off, but there's definitely something gearing up with the Schumann resonance. If you're not already aware, the Schumann resonance is the energy that dictates the sort of, it's basically like the Earth's heartbeat. And usually what you'll find is when there's kind of more light being anchored here and the sort of vibrations getting higher, the Schumann resonance tends to fluctuate and get higher, and so you'll kind of get these symptoms. Thank you for your like. I appreciate you. Astral Messenger, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, Karen. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. So let's jump in with the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck by Amanda Lovelace. Let's have a look to see what's going on here. Thank you so much for your likes, guys. I appreciate you. Right, let's jump straight in. I've turned the fan off, but if it gets really hot, I'm going to be telling that. Tianina, hey, hope you're doing well. Okay, here we go. Messages already. Right, mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. So where can we be focusing on that? There's just a small, quick message there. Someone's getting upgrades here. Treat your body like the palace it is. There's a clairaudience upgrade coming. So I don't know if you're hearing, like there's a vibration in maybe the left or right ear, but there's a clairaudience upgrade coming. And what they're saying is in order to really kind of enhance that, to sort of look into how you're treating the body. I know it's really difficult to work out in this heat. Trust me when I say this. I'm doing it at like 4 in the morning. I know that sounds ludicrous, but this is the only way to do it, because otherwise we're in a heat wave now for the next week. And as you can see, I've got all my crystal necklaces on and my crystal bracelets. So that's when you know the energy is ramping up, when I've got like 1,000,001 different crystals around me. There's upgrades coming here, but our physical bodies need to be preparing for it. Okay. What Spirit's saying is, especially coming into September time, there's a lot more going on. You was working out in the pool. Why do I feel like was that kind of more? They're talking about extensive, high impact workouts here. This is what they're saying. Okay, here we go. Take control of your own narrative. This is library. Library. They're just saying it's up to you. If you want to be evolving something or sort of developing something, you may feel like the circumstances aren't gifting that or rewarding that, but put yourself center stage in your own narrative. That's how I want to say it. So for example, if you feel like something is not evolving, put yourself first. Do your self-care. Do your self-care. And you'll be sort of seeing things evolving from that point, because if you're not putting yourself in the sort of center focus of your own life and you're putting others around you before you, there is going to be a block at some point, and I feel like that may be significant for some of you here. Oh, that's gone flying. Okay. Yeah. We've got flower. Be honest with yourself. It's very difficult to change something if we're not aware of it. It's very difficult. Why aren't you trusting your gut instinct? Someone's not trusting their gut instinct here. And we've got expectations. Don't seek everyone else's approval. Don't seek anyone else's approval. Can you see she's got that rose? She's picking that rose. Remember we were talking about the roses blooming, and then when it's ready, it's picked because it's the time. Things are gearing up here, okay? And if you're not in the center of your own narrative, then there's a pathway that's going to be moving you into something else. If you're not core, your core is not solid, or your center of focus is not solid, then there's a risk behind that. They're saying, get into that energy now if you can. If you've already got into it, then you're laughing. But they're saying, you'll know what this is about for you. That's what they're saying. That's the message. And someone else, my guys, are saying it's time to take action. And I don't know why, but I'm seeing a car. All right. So, yeah. Again, they're showing the same card. Don't seek anyone else's approval. It doesn't matter if no one understands what you're doing. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If you know within your heart, your soul, your blood, and your bone that is the path, and it's not about being stupid and not listening to anything and then being stubborn and egoic. This is not that energy. This is hearing the call and following the call. And even if you've got 16,000 people telling you no, you keep going. That's it. That's the message. All right. There is way too many energies deferring people, trying to get, asking people what to do. And when just focus on what you're doing. Okay. And this is the thing. You'll know what that is. The pit in your stomach will lead you to that point. All right. It will tell you the focus. It will ask you what the focus is, and then you'll respond. Your body will respond. That's why they want you to fine tune your body, because your body will also give you a nod as if to say, no, you keep going. Why are you letting people defer you and confuse you and do this? Keep going. It doesn't matter if no one else can see what you're doing. It doesn't matter. Maybe they're not meant to, because at the end of the day, if you're leading your own life, then why would they? Why would they know that? So you have to keep going. Again, this sounds repetitive, but if people aren't getting that, then we just keep talking about it. That's the message. That's what the guides are saying. It's not my job to sit and argue with my guides about what they want me to do. That's not the job of the middleman, which is me. My job is to understand the message and to pass it on and hope that it's understood. And if it isn't, we keep we keep going. That's where I'm looking. That's my job. As I say, the Lion's Gate, you should have. Hey, it's a general collective reading, Jennifer. From the Lion's Gate, you should have had some instinctual energy as to what path you're on, or where you're sort of due to be going, if that makes any sense. There should have been some heads up based on where to kind of move forward into. Even if you're still a little bit hazy about the finer details, that's fine. Just keep going. Yeah, look, fawns. Weave together the crown you deserve. Again, it's putting yourself in the focus. It's putting yourself in the forefront of your own narrative. It's not I'm better than anyone else. That's not what we're saying here. We're talking about self-care, self-love being a priority, especially in Leo season, because it's really important for the next stage that we're going into. You have to get that right. If you're confused or you're being led in different areas and you're sort of merging all your energy with all these different options, that is going to confuse you down the line. And so we need to finally tune this now. Okay. We also need time to rejuvenate. So Jennifer Jolie, this is a free reading. That we're doing a general collective free reading, unless you would like to pay me, and then it wouldn't be a free reading. But this is a free reading. So this is the Tower card here. unplug and relax for a spell. So can you see she's, again, it's a perspective shift, but we're removing things that doesn't serve, because we're shifting into a new chapter. We're shifting into a new chapter. And so there has to be a review of what has closed out and what is coming in. Otherwise, the next part is going to get confusing. So me saying the same messages 16,000 times because we have to, again, we're a collective, aren't we? So, right, one more they're saying. Okay, what else? Wow. It says, Phoenix, how's that for happily ever after? So this is very scorpionic energy. There could be, can you see, we're standing on the book, and now she's basically risen. She's come from the ashes. Okay, so this is about closing out chapters and being, it's almost like a resurrection. It's like a redo, a new chapter, a new path, a new focus, it's a new chapter. Now some of the things from the old chapter will be coming through with you, and some of the things you'll be closing out. It's like, obviously your individual path will dictate what that will be. Let's go to the cosmic reading cards. This is by Nori Anastasia, because there's a message in these cards. Let's have a look. Right, let's have a look here. Okay, so what is the message, please? What is the message? What is the message? What is it we need to be aware of? What's coming up, please, Spirit? What's coming up? Oh, right. I'll be really honest with you. There's something pushing into the reality we're in at the moment, but it's not quite ready. There's something being evolved, as in there's a fresh energy that I can kind of I can feel out here, that this is definitely something that we haven't seen for a while. So this is looking good. Do you remember when someone was asking me back in April, when's this going to get better? We're definitely over the worst. Well, for this part of this journey, we're over the worst of it. And thank you, Spirit, for confirming this. New chapter. New chapter. Can you see all this very kind of pure energy here that's coming in? So if you, let's say, for example, you're still confused about what this new chapter is, this is what you're understanding and evolving into and sort of feeling out at the moment. All right. Wow. Bottom of the deck, worlds within worlds here. That looks very, I want to say Saturn. Now, Saturn is actually due to go direct on the 12th of September, which is going to expand everything. Because obviously Jupiter has not gone direct yet. It would have gone in retrograde. But Saturn is that karmic energy. Again, I'm seeing a slingshot that's kind of pulling everyone back, going backwards. And again, that's where all these messages would have felt and would have sounded very repetitive. Their spirit is saying there would have been a reason for that. And actually, if you're not understanding that now, then there's going to get to a point around the time when this Saturn energy goes direct. Yeah, so the energy would have gone direct here. If people are looking for some kind of insight around work, you're going to get that. Because I feel like there's an opportunity. I don't know why, but I'm seeing 3 doors here, and it's like there's definitely one door that you're going to be choosing to go down, but I feel like it's around the work area. But you could have 3 options coming to you. I'm seeing 2 doors that you're well, 3 doors. You're trying to choose which one will suit. It's interesting because we've got the cards 6 and 9 here. We've got 36 and 24. So we've got 6 and 9. We just don't have the 3. It's interesting. We're getting the power of 3. The power of 3. The things that weren't obvious to us, like, you know, this sort of, if we're more focused on the physical and we've neglected the more spiritual, that will become apparent. You know, it's the mind, body, soul, you know, the sort of Holy Trinity energy here. So it's looking at the focus of things that haven't been focused on before and doing that. It's like that we're doing that. This is the housekeeping part, basically. So if you don't already know what you're going to be aiming to do over the next coming months, there's a choice of 3 things. Okay, you'll choose one, but between now and when that opportunity presents, this is the housekeeping period where we're preparing ourselves into the next point. Now, if you're sat there going, I can't even work out what's going on at the moment, I'm not even ready to go into this next point, prepare. Hi Gigi, I hope you're doing well. Prepare, because this is that we're about to walk into a new energy. We've got less than a couple of weeks before that happens. So anything that you know, like for example, spring clean, getting your house prepared, getting you prepared, getting organized, that is my recommendation. And especially the body, mind, body, spirit. So let's say, for example, you're focused mainly on the mind and the spirit, then focus on the body. It's the 3 elements, okay? That's the recommendation. Because when Saturn goes direct, this is going to be quick. There'll be a pace to this that you would not have had for a while. And it's like, oh, you know, when you're I was about to say, you know, when you're remembering to learn to walk, and I'm like, you're not going to remember that. Apparently I do. When you're learning something new and things start feeling a little bit sort of discombobulated, this is the energy that we'll be walking through. So the more prepared we are. Now, this is not about only using logic and sitting with the mind and only focusing on that. This is just about housekeeping and being prepared. Because look, bottom of the deck, awaken. We're about to have, as I say, an upgrade. What did I say before? Can you see this third eye chakra? Now, I'm not going to lie. My ears have been doing all kinds of weird things. From the Lion's Gate, they have been absolutely focusing around my throat chakra. And obviously the throat connects to the ears, and Saturn links to the left ear. Okay. So if you're getting any shifts around that, especially when Saturn goes direct, pay attention for that. Again, the clairaudience side of things, which is clear knowing, hearing that energy, hearing that insight, hearing that information. Could be music that you're hearing, could be songs that you're channeling, but it's going to be sounds. All right, could be whistling. Now obviously this is if it's a tinnitus energy, so coming from someone that's had labyrinthitis and had tinnitus for, it was every 4 years at one point, and at one point I nearly lost my hearing. This is your left ear is obviously the link to your guides. Okay, so there is an upgrade coming. So the more focus we put on allowing a clear blank canvas, the better, because it will be easier then. All right. And they're saying it's really important to, if you're not on the waterfront, as in topping yourself up regularly with water, get on that now if you can. If you're a bit, you know, sort of that's one of your things that you keep forgetting to do, drink more water, because it's like we need, again, water with 70% water. And obviously if there's heightened light codes coming in, and our body's a bit of a drought, then again, water it absorbs it, doesn't it, the light? So that's, again, something going to be really important. The body is the main focus. Again, especially going into Virgo season, which is an earth sign, which is that systematic building of structures, okay? Because we're building anew. This is essentially us closing out the last, I mean, this is going to be about 6 months of a cycle, 6 to kind of 8 months that we've been in. So we're closing out a mini cycle here, and we're going in a fresh direction. Be still. So make sure you're getting rest as well. If you're exhausted, do not push yourself at this time, because we're gearing up for that as well. This is the Lion's Gate as well. It's like, I'll give you an example. Last night about midnight my time, which would have been 5 p.m. sort of 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I couldn't keep my eyes open. And I fell asleep, but I only slept for 2.5 hours. And I was like, this is weird. So if your body's feeling that it needs that, then just go with it. I know it's not ideal if your sleep's very disconnected, and if you're not already having that, pay attention for that happening, because that's what's happening for me. All right. And after that, I slept like a baby. I woke up and then fell asleep again and slept like a baby. If you're worried about what this path will bring, or the fact that you're not entirely sure what you're supposed to be doing, you need to just focus on you're looking after you, and the finer details will come. That Spirit just saying you'll know what this means for you. Surrender. Exactly. Surrender. If you feel like something isn't happening, just allow. It's the push and the pull of the cycles we're in. All right. The best way to be is to sort of just ride this out and focus on you until you can kind of get a clearer discernment of what exactly is going on. Where we're going, Spirit. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, we're going to go with Hermetic Tarot. By the way, I've ordered some more decks. The other decks that were supposed to come for Ladies' Night got lost. Yes, Karen, that is now the third. So my recommendation would be not to order on Amazon wish list for a while, because this is getting a bit ludicrous now. I don't know what to recommend at this moment in time. Maybe pause it for the moment with the decks. I don't know. If you want to risk it, by all means, but you know, it's they refund you if it doesn't come, but it's just like the fact that this is now the third time is a bit weird. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's see what's going on. What is coming up, Spirit? Yeah, there's a waiting point here. Are you still waiting? They say usually 5 to 7 working days, so I think it hasn't been 5 to 7 working days yet. 7 Pentacles, this is a waiting period. Ironically, this is a wait. There's your message, is that this is a waiting period. The Spirit have answered your question for you there, but this is in general for most other people. Again, don't focus on that. When's it going to come? When's it happening? When? No. Like I said, I'm waiting for a large refund because I ordered 3 things and none of them turned up. There's nothing you can do. We've put that in the hands with them. We leave it for them to do what they need to do, and then if anything happens, we review it then. But the fact we're trying to force this, it's not going to happen. We've also got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. What are you, because this is upright, this is an alpha energy. Upright, this is alpha energy. This is the purest form of the divine feminine, because this is someone who she can create. This is a co-creator. Yeah, okay, yeah, just email me. So the Queen of Wands is in the reverse here. We've got, this is the time to empower us. Okay, again, it's building on that core energy. It's allowing that core energy to evolve into something, because you've got to remember, they're not going to sit and go, well, they might do, we'll see what comes up. They're not going to sit and go, this is what's going to happen, so you can prepare for it, because this isn't the test, this isn't the message. The message is prepare you, and all other circumstances will resolve. That's the message. It's not prepare you and then ask 15,000 questions about what's going to happen next, because that's not trusting anything then, is it? What you're basically saying is, I don't trust for the universe to give this now to me. You know, it's basically saying, well, I don't trust that this is going to happen for my own benefit. I want to know. And what Spirit is saying is, this is what, if put it this way, if as light workers we're doing that, what are the other, like the general collective of people who maybe aren't intuitive or don't have some awareness, what are they going to be doing? Because you've got to remember, we're in a bit of a stronger position because we have some intuition, you know, but there are people in the general collective who are very led by fear at the moment. So we've got to be very careful we're not getting swept up into that. All right, we've got to just keep focused. But this is about balancing that energy out, empowering us onto our path and keeping on that path. And it doesn't matter what anyone else says. Like I said, if you're a party of one speaking this truth and no one else gets it, then keep going. I'm seeing this a lot in YouTube readers, is that they're getting, there's actually a YouTube reader that's, I don't know what it is, but there's something in the air. There's a lot of YouTube readers, and yes, I do know a lot of YouTube readers. I actually do read for them, that are having a lot of these issues where they're fighting to have do what they're here to do. because there's a kind of very confused energy at the moment. And as we go into Virgo season, that's going to get greater. And as empaths, we're going to absorb that, which is why the message now is fine tune everything. Even if you are, I mean, look, it's not about OCD. Again, we're not in this obsessive compulsive energy. This is about going with that flow, but making sure your boundaries are intact, because otherwise this is going to get very confusing moving forward. And it will, because this is imbalance. Queen of Wands in the reverse is imbalance. This is an emotional imbalance because it's fire energy, which essentially is, so they're giving us time here. They're giving us time to correct this, all right? Especially with this Leo energy, which is very heart-centered. Wait there, there's more messages here. Don't give up. Someone needs to hear this message, because they keep saying it to me. You can't, do not. We've got to be very careful how we're using affirmations, and the word do not is not recognized. Is actually do that's recognized, so by the subconscious. So when we're using affirmations, keep going would be the right way to sort of affirm that, really. Because if we're saying do not, our subconscious recognizes the do, you know. So do you know what you want? That's something else the guides want me to ask you. Do you know what you want? If I sat and had a conversation with you and I said to you, what do you want from life? Would you be able to answer that question? I'm hearing no in my ear. That's important. You guys, I get it. We've got responsibilities. We've got physical actions that we must take in our lives because we're here. But it's about a balance across the board, the spiritual, the physical, the mental. It's a balance. There's an equilibrium that is being asked to look at. This is what we're focusing on. Right, what's coming next, please? Okay, what's coming up? Here we go. Here we go. This is good. This is good energy. I like this energy. I like this. Yeah. I'm hearing the disillusionment is leaving us. Okay, so if you felt very disillusioned and you couldn't quite tangibly see ahead of you, this is shifting. We've got the Five of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this is upright, it'll be disappointment. In the reverse, it's, I don't know why I'm hearing abandonment, so again, have a look at that. But we've also got the Knight of Cups, and this at the bottom of it says, Lord of waves and waters. Ride the wave. That's the message. The message has been that message since March. Ride the wave. It's the same thing. It's just different contexts. If you can work with what we're given, it's a lot easier. It's just going to be easier for you guys. Can you see as well? You've got that peacock here, and it's very Cancerian energy. I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's like, can you see he's tipping the cup? Can you see he's tipping that cup? It's like he's giving away what he knows is not going to serve, or she's giving away what she knows is not going to serve. And it's not, again, we've got to be careful of lack mentality. Giving it away does not mean, oh my goodness, what we're going to have left. It's about trusting the universe to provide us what we need. There's very strong, I'm picking up very strong subconscious messages that people are having. Again, their inner voices that are telling them, but if I give this up, what's next? What do I lose? That's very, very strong ego energy. And we have to work with that and reassure it that that's not going to compromise the ego, you know, in a healthy function, let's say. So I just keep hearing, don't give up. Do not give up. Now, there's a difference between not giving up something that you know is just, this is not fruitful. You've been working at something for 3 years, that there's no results, and that your guides are trying to show you little things, and you're trying to go like, oh, put it this way, if your question is, I think I need to check more information, then this may be something you need to review. But if you know in your heart and soul and your blood and your bones that this is something that you know, there's a focus here, because that's the difference. Knowing and understanding what is for you and what isn't that's a fine art. That's fine. You got to fine tune that. because that's very difficult sometimes to understand. But that is the kind of energy you'll know when you're with yourself and with your own company, which is why it's really important now to fine tune and have that alone time, have that self-care time, because we need to regroup here. This is the regroup period before the next stage, where we are going to probably have a little bit of a conflicting energy moving forward, if I'm totally honest with you. Because with good, there's also an energy of the collective that's going to be confused, because don't forget, we're ascending. And the light can be very confusing to people. Coming from someone who has had the whole of their life, people confused beyond any, people, even readers, I'll be very honest with you, no one can read me very well. I've ever had a reading from that, they just don't seem to get things right, and that's fine. It just means that, hence why I read myself now, because otherwise this is the kind of energy where it's like you have to regroup. From where I'm looking, again, you follow your own intuition here, you do what you feel is necessary. This is just suggestions. You always trust your own instincts, of course, and this is a general reading. So as with all general readings, please take what resonates and leave the rest. 7 of Wands. This is defensive energy here. This is very defensive energy. Lord of Valor. With the 4 of Wands, Lord of perfected work. This is this is very fiery energy. But it's interesting because we've skipped from the 4 to the 7, which misses out the competition and the victory. So it's taking all of that fine-tuned energy. You have to stand your ground. You have to stand your ground. If you know in your heart and your soul, let's say, for example, you've got people around you who are pushing you in a direction that is not for your highest and best good, and you know it, but you're worried about how they're going to react. Like, did you see that girl on, I think it was TikTok, she had lots of friends around her who were defending Zionist actions, and she spoke out and her friends all turned against her, and she was crying on TikTok saying, I want peace. I want a forgiving energy around me. I know it was the right thing to do to speak out. This is the energy we're moving into now. I'm not talking about setting the world on fire and then taking names later. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if there's something in your life that is in your highest and best good, but you've got people around you going, yeah, I don't know about that, don't know about this. Good, you don't know about it, I do. Enjoy. That's the kind of energy we're referring to. And this is not I'm going to rigidly hold on to absolutely everything that doesn't serve me either. This is balance. So if you are unsure of what this means for you, okay, but let's say, for example, and especially recently, let's say you've woke, because I've been waking up with messages. They've been working on me in my sleep, and they've been saying to me in the middle of my sleep certain things. I've been waking up going, you're right. To my guides, I'm just like, you're right. And I'm like, right, I'll write it down. I've even ordered new notebooks, because I'm just like, this note situation is getting ridiculous. This is what my channel was supposed to be for, but I'm now adding notes on top of it. So basically what they're saying is, can you see here, look, there's a middle point here that's being pressed. There's a pressure point, okay? But what's the reason for the pressure point? Is this at the furthest you've got before in previous lifetimes, and then you've folded and gone, nah, I don't know if I can do that? Keep going. What have I been saying? It's like the hardest part is the end part, because it's the point. Do you remember that? Have you seen that the kind of illustration where there's a guy mining, and then he's so close and he gives up? This is this. Don't give up. That's the message. Don't give up. And my guides, I know, again, this sounds very repetitive, but my guides are very, 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 very clear in this message, because they keep adding to this, saying, you can't give up. So whoever this is for needs to hear this. What's going to happen next, please? What's going to happen next? I'm hearing time for renewal. Yeah. This could be around friendship groups. 5 of Swords. Don't be afraid to identify what is serving you and what isn't. Don't be afraid of that. 3 of Cups, 5 of Swords. Now, I'm not talking about going in guns blazing and sort of like, you know, again, that's not what I'm saying here. This is about, can you see with the Four of Wands, that center point was being pressed and pushed. Look in the center of this card. That sword of truth has been pierced through it. And there's things breaking off. That is the energy that they want me to put and give to you, as in to understand what to do next. Now, this could be friendship groups. This could be family. Do you have a dream? Because look, we've been talking about dreams, this line gate, that you know in your heart is your dream. It's something that your life's work maybe, but you feel like people aren't going to get it. Keep going. Are friends questioning what you're doing, your path, why you're doing it? Because I know for me, that's all I ever hear. I don't tell anyone anything because I can't, because there's no point. I'm just going to hear. This is the thing. People will only say to you what they can see in their own vision. If people don't feel like that's a possibility for them, they're going to give that message for you. All right. Astral messenger, I've done that. Astral messenger, I've done that. Even a friend that I knew for 33 years. I've done all of that. I have one friend. And because of the fact that we are very, very clear with each other, and we let each other do our own thing, we do our own thing, and then we come back, we have a little conversation, and we're usually on the same page. So I know for a fact that that is someone at this moment in time that is someone that has and understands what I'm doing, and I understand what they're doing. And we communicate, and we have fun, and we giggle, and we have a chat, and, you know, we share our experiences. And that suits me, you know. I don't need to have like validation every 3 minutes. I've got the guides. They tell me every 3 seconds anyway. Don't do this. You got to eat that. What about your smoothies? When are you going to make your smoothie? Make sure you're ordering more pineapple this week. And I'm like, you know. So I do you know what I mean? I've got my guides to do that. And this is the thing. When you're at the right stage, you'll attract your soul tribe. Keep going. If you know in your heart and your soul, this is because this is the thing, whatever you're clearing space for, spirit will, again, they match that, you know. Can you see the moon, bottom of the deck? Can you see the sun and the moon? Or it looks like an eclipse energy here between the two towers. This is a transference of energy and a renewal. Don't underestimate that energy, because it's very powerful. In fact, it's actually really liberating, because it will completely cut out confusion for you as well, if I'm totally honest with you. No, that's the right. Let's have a look what's coming up. And as I say, it's everyone's on a different path, but the more you kind of finely tune you are to your own path, especially if you're moving into something new, sometimes it can happen. Now, am I saying get rid of all your friends? No, I'm not saying you have to do that. But if you've already got that in your mind and you're feeling like, this is something that I feel needs to happen, then trust your instincts. That's what the message is here. We've got the High Priestess and the Hierophant. This is a match. This is a pair. Because you're fine-tuning you're attracting people that are also finely tuning themselves. You're also being matched by the universe and by another individual. There's mirrors everywhere. This is what the energy is evolving into. This is what the energy is evolving into. You keep moving. You're welcome. 6 of Wands in the reverse. 6 of Wands in the reverse. And I've got to say this as well. Can I just say this? If you feel like, oh, but everyone else has got all these people around them and everyone else, it doesn't matter. Everyone has got a different path. It is not, the role of why you're here is to follow your soul's call, in my opinion. And if your soul is urging you to take action in a certain area, then honor it. Honor that, because then you honor yourself and then you get the rewards. Because what Spirit is saying is, they're saying, well, great, you've honored yourself, you've recognized your values, you've recognized your worth, you're not compromising, you're not diluting yourself to fit in. Don't forget, Leo energy, it's following the heart center. This is the energy. So if it's a job that you know you've outgrown, if it's a friendship group that you know you're talking to them and you're sat there thinking, I'm lip servicing these people, they don't have a clue what I'm talking about, then keep going. You know, like my whole family are all muggles. That the whole fact, like when I post these lives and stuff, They have a clue. They don't get it. They don't get it. You know, they're not going to get it, and that's fine. We're all on different paths. So I've got 6 of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Now, what are you compromising in order to fit in with something? Because if you fit in with you, then you'll always attract what is for you. So yeah, if you're no longer resonating, you go into work and you sit at your desk and you zone out for 7 hours a day, and then you walk home like you're on autopilot and you feel like you're just in this numbness, or you're sitting around friends and family and then you're just kind of like sat there thinking, this room is full of people, but I feel alone, then this is the message for you. Or if you know for a fact that you want to start something new, but people are not they don't see it, they don't get it, but you know in your heart there's something more to this and there's something calling you, but you've got people around you, the naysayers, or even if it's just negative feedback. Don't get me wrong, there's a difference between someone being honest and then the fact that they have a totally different perspective and they can't visually see what is. You've got to remember, people can only give you insight from their own point of view. So if someone doesn't take risks and someone sits in a comfortable life, then do you want to take that advice from them? I'm going to be really honest with you. That's how I would view it. And again, if you're getting advice from people, and let's say, for example, they're not acting on their own advice, do you want to take that advice? No. Personally, for me, I wouldn't be. So this is why it's important. You have to cultivate your trust within yourself, even for readings, even for this. For example, my view of this is that people join me for a certain time and they go on to do their own thing. Because for me to be having people following me and watching me for years on end is, for me, I wouldn't be doing that, and I wouldn't expect people to do that either. Because shouldn't we be growing? Now, it could be that we're growing in unison and we're a soul tribe, then that's different. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If we're growing in unison, then that's very different. But I'm talking about people that you can tell there's a total shift, and you'll talk to them about something and their eyes glaze over because they have no idea what you're talking about. And then you get to the point where you're just sat there thinking, I don't want to talk about anything here because no one gets it. Be around your own kind, because it will actually help you. And if you feel like you can't find that, then again, regroup, go with yourself, because you'll attract that in. By you focusing on you and your heart and your path, will focus and bring that energy to you. Spirit will do that. Keep asking them for help and they'll do it. Don't forget, they are here to help you as well. They're not just random, energies that are just gonna, tell you off. These guys help. I value my life. I owe my life to these people. I've had 4 near-death experiences, so of course I'm going to listen. It makes sense. Now, what I'm saying to you is let's say you're evolving and your spirit guides are. It's like anything. For me, I regroup to reconnect with my guides, because these people, these energies are me. It's part of me, so I have to honor that as well. And actually, the more I do that, that's why I can channel the way I do, because where I've been, in a bed for 3 years ill when I couldn't move, that was all I had. I didn't have people sat around me going, oh, you'll be okay, you'll be okay. If anything, I had my mum going, the fucking hell is wrong with you? Get up. Here's some black coffee. Stop being lazy. Now, you might sit there and go, oh, my goodness, but this is, my mum's English, but she's very Asian because she married my dad, who's Asian. So, you know what I mean? This is typical ethnic parents energy. They're not good. That's it. There's no excuses here, which is great because it means I've learned a lot from that. It's a good energy to kind of have, because it means that you're kicking butt. You're not going to sit there and victim energy. Oh no, there's none of that. Get up now. None of that. Get on with it. And I'm a Taurus, so I need that sometimes. Because I mean I've learned that now, but I'm just saying this energy here. Look, can you see 4 of Swords? The time is now to reflect on all this information, and for your own heart and soul. Let's say you walk out of this lifetime and let's say you had a plan for this lifetime. Let's say you had a plan. Have you reached that? Are you on that? Are you on that path? Are you on that path? Interesting. Just having a look what's calling me at the moment. The Tarot NEFERATI is calling me. Let's let's have a look what the messages are here. What is it we need to be aware of? What's happening? What's coming up, please? Spirit, what is coming up? What's coming up? What's coming up, please? Thank you for your likes, guys. I appreciate you. What is coming up? What is coming up? What is happening? What's coming up, please? What's happening? I'm hearing Michelle, the name Michelle. Waiting for you, Michelle. If that resonates, let me know. Could be that you're watching later. If that's the case, let me know. I'm waiting for you. This is a masculine energy. Okay, Hermit in reverse and Death in reverse. Right. So the Hermit in reverse, what is not being looked at? What is not the focus? Someone's not observing something. Someone's not going within. And because they're not going within, they can't have a rebirth. All right. And they're stuck in a cycle. Strength in reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse with Two of Pentacles. Do I offer something? Do I not offer something? Do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? The old versus the new. This is the old versus the new. Do I do that? Do I not do it? What's at stake if I don't? What's at stake if I do? Right. There's a beautiful opportunity of growth here, they're saying. We've got Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. The moment you decide, the wheel turns. The moment you make that decision, the wheel will turn. Someone's fearful of making a decision because they feel like they're going to get rejected or left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. They're scared of making the decision because they think they're going to get left out in the cold. Make the decision. This is the thing. I'm going to be really honest with you. Sometimes I can be a bit weird and I will go directly into that. I'll walk straight into it just to see what happens. Call me strange, but that's how I do it. I don't know. Maybe I should learn and not, because that's burnt me many a times, but that's my Aries. What's going to happen here, Spirit? What's going to happen? Here we go. What did I say about the wheel? The wheel's in the reverse. The wheel's in the reverse. Can't turn until the decision's made. And you could be sitting there going, I don't know if that's me or not. I don't know if that's me or not. Meditate on that message. Because this is the thing. You've got the Page of Cups in the reverse and the Five of Wands in the reverse. So there's competition here and confusion. But you need to cut out all there's naysayers around you dictating things. Right, let's have a look. What's going to happen? I'm not hot here. I'm going to have to turn this fan on in a minute because this temperature is not conducive to doing psychic readings. Can you see? We've got Five of Wands, competition, arguing. Do you have to fight your way through this? You're going to have to decide if this something is worth it. Wheel of Fortune is upright. When you do decide this, the wheel turns. The wheel turns. It's not their life. It's not their life. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you because now this is coming up and most people that have already left feel like this reading is not for them. Do you know how long it's taken me to stand my ground with this work, with my family? About 39 years. Even still, my mum is like, hates the idea of what I'm doing. My dad gets it because I've done a healing on him now and he's like, he has shut up. Bless him. But yeah, without being disrespectful to him, of course, but that's his way. He wants proof, which is fair enough. And now he's got it. But this is why it's really important. Now, do you know how many arguments I got into? Standing my ground with my work. Oh, but you know, this is the thing. Look, you're doing lots of free readings that I think people are taking the mick out of you there, Jale. People just using you. They're all using you. Yeah, probably are, but you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That's all they wanted to focus on. So listen to your guides. Okay, that's quite a few cards, Spirit. Yeah, let's have one at a time, ideally, because then I can understand what is going on. Okay, you're very hell-bent on... Let's get that cards. So someone's taking you to court for the fact that you're spiritual. That's interesting. Keep going. Keep going. I think you're going to be surprised by the outcome. If you stick to your guns, you need to... Personally, I would definitely, for that kind of energy, I'd be sticking to my guns. Because this is the thing. This is fear-based. It's the same as when they burnt the witches. You know? It's fear. It's all fear-based. It's subconscious fear. It's past life fear. It's... You've got to remember, we've come into this planet and been programmed since birth by our school, by our parents, and stick to this. Don't come out of line with the collective, and don't, you know, make sure that you're part of a group and, you know, following rules and doing this. Listen, if you haven't already heard this story, at 5 years of age, I used to walk out of my school and back home because I was like, this is not for me. I'm not going to be sitting in a classroom and I'm going to be taught something that I'm listening to it and I'm like, this is not the truth. So I leave. And that continued up until throughout the whole of my school life. Even in comprehensive school, I was famous in my school for sitting and debating with teachers about what was in the books versus what my spirit guides were telling me. To the point where even my art teacher, literally 20 years on, was like, I remember you. Yeah, I was like, and people hated me. I was famous for that. You keep going. We've got the Tower. Anything that doesn't serve is being torn down to build the stronger and newer energy. Anything that is not serving, anything that doesn't support your highest and greatest good of all is being torn down, ready for what's to come. And you've got to remember, if that's what you're dealing with now, think about what's to come. Think about how great the energy will be, because you've basically honored your soul. You've honored you to the highest level and against all odds. You know, that's, well, first of all, that's a huge achievement, but this is the greatest act of self-fulfillment, self-actualization. It's self-love. This is Ace of Cups. This is the Scarab Beater, which is very protective energy. You've got a lot of protection around you. Six of Pentacles. This is you coming into balance. Thank you for your like, guys. This is you coming into balance. And you as the Empress or Emperor, take it as it resonates. Brand new energy, birthing of the new, okay? This is you self-actualized. It's like you empowered, understanding your divine right and divine sovereignty into the new energy. Now, because of that, you're attracting people to you that honor that within themselves. Because you're honoring it, they're honoring it, and then you're meeting in the middle. This is balance. This is success, Ace of Pentacles. Can you see he's touching the eye? This is the eye of Horus, all right? That is a very Akashic record. See, this is something that you're satisfying from many past lives. You could have got to this point before in a past life and gone, uh-oh, no, can't do this. This is too much. Whatever you do, keep going, because you're breaking through barriers right now. This is the important energy. People are breaking barriers. Now, again, if it's that you're usually in relationships and you're never single, then that's your message. If you're used to kind of relying on partners to do things, or you're never ever single, then the message is you honor yourself and you step into your singledom, you know. Well, whatever the circumstances are, can you see that the moon? This is balance. This is equal balance. This is security as well. This is emotional security within the self that is coming into an alignment. And Spirit just saying this is a long time coming. Don't underestimate the effects of what you'll be drawing to you once you've done that. Don't underestimate the effects. Major changes. Major changes. Six of Swords, moving into new pastures. Moving on to calmer water. there's actually a flow to this. You're working with it. You're not kind of working against it. You're working with you, you know, and the guides. See, 9 of Wands in the reverse with the Emperor reversed. If you've had controlling influences around you, if you've had to defend yourself, if you've been the one that sat there being the only person to say something and everyone's like, oh, what an idiot, you know, then this is your time of reward, especially if you've kept on that diligently. And it's not about attacking people who don't agree with you. It's about just staying in your own lane and going, this is me. And actually, I'm going to wait for those people to acknowledge that this is me. And then they can join me if they want. And if they don't want to join me, then that's entirely their free will. And I wish you the best of luck. But this is my path. Some of you guys have had past lives where this has been ripped out of your hands. You've had witches as past lives. You've had Egyptian past lives where you've been in a very victim energy, or you've been in a disempowered energy. This is what you're fighting through at the moment. This is what all this collective pause has been about, to try and get everyone onto the right track. Stay, you know, moving away from the group mentality of, oh, well, you know, I don't really understand that, so I don't really understand what you're doing. Okay, well, that's fine. I do, though. And if maybe your perspective hasn't got to that point, or maybe you don't understand it, that's fine, but I do. And if people aren't supportive of that, then you do you. No excuses, you do you. What's coming up, Spirit, please? What's coming up? Yeah, and there we go. The decision's made. The 2 of Pentacles. So the opportunity is given. The Ace of Pentacles, okay? And look, can you see there's a logic to this now? The Ace of Pentacles, the opportunity is given. The offer is there. Do we go with the old, or do we go with the new? All right? The decision is made. The 2 of Pentacles. The decision is made. We make the decision, and it's in our alignment. So now we can build. Now we can properly build. 3 of Pentacles. We're working with others. We're accumulating what it is that we're reaping what we sowed. You know, this is a progression. Now that the end of that is the 10 of Pentacles, which is solid energy, legacy, stability, balance, physical stability. The emotions can come later, but this is the physical stability, physical balance. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Swords. You're moving past that pause energy. Take that leap of faith if you haven't already. Yeah. Do you know, sometimes, because we've got here the 6 of Wands in the reverse, which is upright as victory and public recognition, right? And then we've got the 10 of Cups. Can I just be really honest with you? If I wanted public recognition, bear in mind I've done mainstream TV before, so I know how this kind of stuff works. If I wanted public recognition and I wanted clickbait, loads of views and I could absolutely mold a reading into something that I know the majority of people are going to hear and go like, yeah, I can understand that. And just, we can be in this little hamster wheel, not going anywhere. We can just sit and, you know, we can tread water, and then that's great. I can just sit back and not really do anything about anything. And then that's me done, isn't it? You know, or we can sit and follow our own unique path that probably people aren't going to get. And because we know it emotionally fulfills us, that is the main importance. Because this is what it's asking you to choose. It's saying, what is the acknowledgement here? Would you rather focus on your emotional stability and fulfillment, or what other people would recognize you to do? Personally, I would pick emotional stability over anything. Having done TV before, that's no interest to me. I'd rather just focus on my own path and not one that is mainstream. If my path becomes mainstream, then great. But at the moment, this is my path, and it makes me happy. I'm happy doing it, which is important for me. I don't really care what anyone else thinks. If I feel like I can go to sleep at night and go, this feels good, then I know I'm doing what I'm here to do. And for me, that's what matters. Now, that is the energy in these cards. that is the energy that's being offered. They're saying, it's like they're saying, would you rather just go all out in your dreams and take that risk? Or would you be accepted and do the sort of obvious route and do the sort of, you know, the safe and secure? Now, obviously, what I'm saying is not to sort of sit there and take some stupid risk that doesn't make any sense, because, you know, I'm saying take a risk. What I'm saying here is that there's a soul urge behind this that is asking you to look at something, you know? So take a look. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Cups. Does this path feel good to you? Is the path you're on, is that the one that's feeling as, you know, good for you, or do you need to be looking at other things? Okay, so let's go to the archetype cards. Archetype card, please. What is the message? No, that's a blank card. Okay, so we've got mediator. We've got the mediator role here. It says gift for negotiation, fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. Okay, so there's balances going on here. And I don't know why this is on the bottom of the deck, but it's kind of funny. Don Juan. It says spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So it could be that you're underestimating yourself in some area, and actually this, you know, spirit are recognizing that. And they're asking you to have faith in the ability that they have faith in, that they see in you. Maybe there's an element in you that you're not understanding and recognizing. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, and I don't know why, but I want to pick, this is some cards from the Light Seers Tarot here that I feel like I need to pick some cards from. Okay. What's going on, Spirit? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Someone's trapped in their head. They're trying to work out the truth of the situation. They don't want to open up to a situation. We've got air sign here. So it could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's someone who's trapped or feels trapped in a situation. Doesn't have to be male, could be feminine, who wants to try and move on to calmer waters here, but they're overthinking things. They're trying to find out the truth in a situation. Page of Swords reversed, Eight of Swords reversed. They're trying to understand the truth in a situation. They don't want to move forward. They don't want to move forward until they understand the truth of the situation. I feel like they're scared. They're scared to move forward until they know. I feel like they think there's going to be some like weird, maybe they're trying to work you out. I don't know. Yeah, well, it looks like we've got these air energy again. Okay. So again, they're looking to sort of understand how to navigate this, to build something with you. And then there's definitely a romantic element, but I feel like they're trying to work out how you're going to fit into their life. They're going to fit into your life. We've got 12 likes and 9 people in here. That's an interesting one. I tell you what, it's like, it's got to be about 9 o'clock now, and I'm absolutely sweltering in here. I'm going to have to turn this fan on, even though it's going to be loud. Oh, Lord, it's too hot. Oh, it's dark. There's no sun out. It's still absolutely... Oh, my Lord. They want victory with you. Ace of Wands, Six of Wands. They want victory with you. Magician. They're trying to manifest something here, but they're emotionally a bit tentative behind this. Hey, Kasana, hope you're doing well. Thank you. Seven of Wands with the moon. They're defensive about their emotions because they're scared that the way they're feeling is, maybe they're not used to feeling this. I've got a headache here. So someone's third eye's opening up here. They're recognizing you in them. They're moving. This is the energy that's moving away from an old pattern of behavior and moving into the new. Nine of Cups with the Six of Wands. Six of Swords, Nine of Cups. So they're moving into their abundance because they're again, the message that I gave before about someone recognizing the honor in them and therefore they're attracting that energy. This is what they're moving into, you or them. And where are we going to go with this? Let's go with the angel answers. Okay, so think of a question. We're going to do 3. We're going to do 3. So pick a number 1, 2, or 3. What is the answer, please, for 1, 2, and 3? Okay, so let's do number 1s first. Number 1, what is the outcome for number 1s, those who picked number 1? The answer is in the near future. Bottom of the deck, ask your angels. So keep that manifestation ability here, because obviously if you're holding, you know, that kind of visual, then. So number 2, what is the outcome for number 2? Number 2 outcome, please. What is the outcome for number 2? Number 2 outcome. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. Something you're missing, number 2. You're missing something here. You're missing something. You're missing something. Abundance in the reverse. Are you doing this at the expense of all else? Because I feel like if that's the case, loosen the grip a little bit. Try and look at this from a different perspective. Number 3, outcome for number 3. Outcome for number 3. Outcome for number 3. Outcome for number 3. If you believe, reconsider, again, change of perspective, looking at things from a different point of view. Bottom of the deck, within the next few months. I'm just hearing time will tell. Someone needs to get their mindset. Someone hasn't got their mind into gear. It's like they're not ready. They're not. This is a timing issue, possibly. 2 timing issues, I think. They're not ready. I'm hearing they're not ready. Not many people are. Let's be realistic with everything going on. Right, let's go with. Let's go with the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Let's have a look. What is the message? What is the message, please? Yeah. What is the message, please, Spirit? What is the message? Oh my goodness. They do this every time. It's every time they do this. They do this when I'm least. They're trying to lull me into a false sense of security. They're probably trying to lull you into a false sense of security, and then boom, when you least expect it. My heart just literally exploded when I said that as well. The gift. This is that flowing, fluid energy. It says present, honoring, offering. Well, I'm going to have to read this now. Now I'm going to have to. The gift. The gift. There's something on its way. Again, if you haven't already had it, it's on its way. Right, you ready? If you're ready, I'll begin. There are times in this life when you know you have been given a great gift. It can be a life-changing moment, one in which you feel suddenly that all has changed, and what once was can never be the same again, because what has taken place has been a gift, a way of seeing, feeling, perceiving the energies all about you. And this is now what lies before you. You are being offered a great gift, one which is part of destiny, in part reward, in part plea for you to receive this gift of perception, to begin to see what lies beyond the confines of the world others call real, and to become a being who understands the language of the spirit as it is expressed in the world. This gift may come in the form of visions of knowledge, but it comes from a trusted source in ways that cascade and gather, just as they do down this waterfall, until its presence can no longer be denied. This is a sacred trust being placed in you by the beings of the hidden worlds. They ask you to be their emissary on this planet. Know amidst the ordinary moments of our lives that within these too lie the sacred. It is the intent which we bring to those moments that determines whether all we do is an offering, as it is made sacred, or if it is simply the domain of the mundane. Dear one, we come to you now and ask you to receive this gift. We ask you to know you are a chosen one, to take the gift and preserve what is sacred in the moments, great and small, of your life. Once accepted, life will change, and you will change too, in ways that will quench the deep thirst of your soul. It is now time to receive. I accept the gifts of the hidden worlds gladly and with an open heart. So all of that removal of the old, removal of the old, removal of the old, this is what we're being prepared for, guys. Upgrades, upgrades, upgrades. Heart chakra, higher heart chakra openings, soul star openings, higher chakra upgrades. Okay, guys, this is your reading for today. Hopefully that's been of some help. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions. It means a lot. Don't forget, Ladies' Night Saturdays, 11 p.m. British Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Lives Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. British Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, yeah. And today's reading that will be uploaded will be Gemini's for obviously the end part of August. Hope you're having an amazing day. Take care, guys. Hopefully this has been of some help. Thank you for all your likes and the support to the channel. It means a lot. Information in the description box if you want a personalized reading with me. Email is in there. Until next time, bye.